Hey guys, welcome to 18th episode. We are solving Apex related problems in this Apex Trigger courses. So we are finally in the 18th episode. We are going to solve the 18th number of problem in this trigger course. So now the 18th number problem is related to writing a trigger to pop up error message if the newly inserting lead duplicates existing contact's email. So in this case, what we need to do is we need to write a trigger on the lead object, and we need to check if the inserting leads record or if the updating lead records email field has the email ID which is related to contact's email. I mean, the contact objects record which is related to the lead, and that has the email ID already existing there. So in that case, what you need to do is the duplication should be prohibited, and we should pop up error message on the screen, and we should not let the user to perform this action. So for that, let's just fill out the form. So things to remember: our trigger type is before, our trigger context is before insert and before update, and this should happen in the lead object. So let's write the trigger in the developer console and reflect these documents in the Apex Trigger class. Now scenario is 18. The S object is not the contact. This should be the lead object. Let me go and check the lead object. Here's my lead object. Hit submit. Now your triggers framework is ready. The trigger is not before insert. This is also before update. So trigger should fire in these two cases. Either you are updating the record or either you are inserting a new record. So let me specify the trigger context variable. Trigger dot is insert or trigger dot is update, and the trigger type is before. So before performing this operation, it should fire the trigger. So what you have to do is, as I said, we need to create a collection variable to collect all the contact records. So I introduce list collection type and trying to list out all the contact records whose email ID is not null. So for that, let me write a SQL query. Let me pull select ID, first name, email, last name from contact, where email is not null. So the email field should not be null. So I'm just pulling all those contact records whose email field is not null, so that we can check, we can compare with the lead object's email ID. So now what you have to do is, let me iterate the lead object's new list of records. We got a new, so we have the collection of the lead records. And again, we are iterating the contact objects, list of contacts, which we just pulled now here by using the SQL query. So we have both the loop, both of iteration, where we have list of lead record and list of contact records. Now we can compare if the lead email equals to contact's email, then that means what? If the email ID that is already existing in the contacts, if the email ID is already existing in the contact objects, and if the same email ID the user is trying to insert the lead object, then it should throw the error. This is what we are testing here. So let me add the error message: lead, add error. The message is email already existing in the tag records. Hit save. I'm not writing a trigger handler class because this is very simple class. I'm just simply writing the logic and trying to execute the trigger. So I've already saved the trigger. Let me go to the context. Let me write one email ID. Let me see. This is the contact. This is a contact record. Where's the email field? In the email field, let me give a contact email ID here. Say testing@gmail.com. Okay. Now go to the lead object. Try to create a new lead. Any salutation you can give. Say testing 2022. I'm just giving this name repeatedly because this is so simple. Testing 22. And lead status has a lot of required field. Let me just do working contacted. And email ID is give exactly the same email ID to test testing.gmail.com. Hope it has all the information. See, it is already showing that this record looks like an existing record. Make sure to check the potential duplicate records. Let me give the different name, 23. 23. Or instead of testing, let me give 10. Testing record number 10. It is throwing an error before even inserting the record. Make sure to check. Okay, let me hit save. Email already exists. See, the trigger already fired. It is also already, I think there's another trigger which is already running. That's the reason why even before hitting the save button, that is firing. But here, in our case, we are testing if our trigger is working or not. It is throwing exactly the same error message. It is popping up exactly the same error message that we given in the trigger class. So we have the existing email ID in the contact object. That's the reason why it is not letting you to create the new lead record, or it will not let you to update the lead record with the same existing email ID. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.